When I decided to get back into skateboarding, I realized how out of shape I was. I've been skateboarding for about a month now, and I'm finally able to skate for multiple hours at a time. When I first started, I would be lucky to last 5 minutes before I could not take the burn in my foot and calves. I was a personal trainer for almost 10 years until the pandemic, where I transitioned into healthcare, so I decided to develop a program for myself to get back into shape for skateboarding without needing to go to the gym. I focused on creating a program that would get me back into shape, start creating muscle memory, develop good fall instinct / muscle memory, and most importantly, get comfortable riding a skateboard. The first problem I faced was that I couldn't find a video for getting back into shape to skateboard. There are a lot of tutorials and guides on YouTube on how to learn to skate. I found that I couldn't do them because I couldn't stay on the board long enough to put what the guides told me to do into practice. I really wanted to start the progression Braille suggests when learning tricks. The ollie, frontside 180, backside 180, pop shove it, frontside pop shove it, heel flip, and finally the kick flip. I found myself getting demoralized quickly because I was out of shape. I watched a lot of YouTube videos to get a good understanding of the skills I needed to learn when starting to skateboard, then built a program with those things in mind. At first, you may only be able to do 1 or 2 of these drills, and that's okay. Keep doing the same drill over and over until you are done for the day. You will quickly develop the confidence and ability to start adding more drills to your sessions until you can do them all. When you're skating for fun, try to put those things you've been practicing into your skating. The first drill I started was jumping off a small ledge / curb and practicing absorbing the drop by bending my knees when I landed. Then, practice jumping off and rolling onto grass. I would focus when rolling not to lock out my arms. Straight legs and arms can lead to breaking a bone. It's crucial to start correcting these instincts because you want to fall safely in the future. Next, I added pushing in a straight line, then running off the board. I'd then turn around and reset. I then added a throwdown into pushing into a straight line and running off my board. I then turn around and would reset. When I got comfortable with those, I added a switch push into riding fakie, then running off my board. I then added a 180 revert / pivot to the end of that last drill. Next, I added a switch throwdown into riding fakie into a 180 revert / pivot. My favorite was this next drill, where I throw down, ride into a bank, ride back down fakie, then 180 revert / pivot. This was the first drill that made me feel like I was skateboarding. Next, I changed that last drill from a bank to a ramp. Once I could do all these drills in a session, I started ollie practice on carpet with lots of rest in between attempts. I considered myself done when I completed 5 ollies, where I felt the form was starting to get there. It did not matter if I got off the ground, hippie jumps don't count. Then I would do 5 ollies on carpet every day until I got comfortable and moved to ollieing on concrete. Next, you want to ride for as long as you can before you start doing all your drills, then take a break if needed. Slowly increase the time each session as you feel like you can ride longer. Once you can ride for 15 to 20 minutes without your body forcing you to stop, then pick a fun spot to cruise at 2 to 3 times a week. Over time, these cruising sessions will last longer. At this point, you're starting to get obsessed and can get productive sessions done before needing a rest day. This is when you move on to the next stage, where you burn your legs out and commit to your first week of skating every day. At the beginning of the week, you will do all your drills and ride for 20 to 30 minutes. Each day you will become more and more sore and will require more and more stretching and warming up before getting on the board. Try your best to get all your drills done for as many days as you can. Once you get to a point where you feel like you can't skate because your body is too sore, warm up a lot, then cruise and push around for a half hour. Maybe pop an ollie, then call it a day. Do this until you complete the 7 days then take 1 to 2 days off to recover. After this, your legs should be conditioned for daily skating, so it's up to you to stay on top of it. The last part of this program focuses on getting used to jumping. The worst is when you blow your legs out at the beginning of a session, so this next challenge is a great way to build your legs. The 7-day ollie challenge is where you do 100 ollies each day for 7 days. The first couple of days, it will be hard to do your 100 ollies plus 20 to 30 minutes of cruising. Get your ollies done early in the day, then recover and eat before going back out to skate. The benefit to this challenge is that we condition our legs to jumping every day, so in the future when we are battling a trick, we have the endurance in our legs to keep going. Most importantly, this drill will help you develop your ollie timing. I recommend regressing the ollie by holding onto a fence, hockey net, a rail that no one can skate, or whatever you can find close to home. When we ollie, we are moving our entire weight, which can be extremely draining when we first start skateboarding. By holding onto a fence, we can transfer some of the weight onto the fence, making it easier for us. Once it's easier, we can focus on developing the technique, timing, and most importantly, making it possible for us to complete the challenge. I made the mistake of trying to start the challenge without assistance, and I couldn't make it to 40 ollies on my first day, as my legs tired out and I could not force myself to keep going. I then had to take a day to recover and come back with this approach. I did mine 1 or 2 at a time the first couple days, and purposely rested my legs and thought about my attempts or rewatched the video so I could try to make the corrections as needed as I completed my reps for the day. After a day or two, I found myself being able to pop my ollie a decent height, and I could feel the board beneath me. I knew I had found the timing of the ollie, so I started to focus on things like putting my weight over the board, and when I land, exaggerate bending my legs to absorb the impact. I also realized I was trying to ollie over picnic tables every attempt I made. It killed my legs and was unnecessary. I then practiced different levels of ollies. Baby ollies, couldn't be bothered to put much effort into popping the ollie, and Goldilocks ollies, where I put the right amount of exertion to match my pop, so it felt just right. After accomplishing all that, you should have developed some muscle memory for falling properly. Also, you should be more comfortable on your board. Your balance is starting to get better to where you can start learning to ollie while moving. And most importantly, you have started to control your panic and tendencies that will get you injured when falling or trying to learn new tricks and techniques. As skateboarders, we need to suppress these instincts and reactions. Then, condition ourselves to do what we want in those situations to protect ourselves. You are now in shape to learn to skateboard and can start following any tutorial you want. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to get back into shape. We all have different schedules. Just keep going, and before you know it, you'll be back into shape and starting to learn the things you want to learn. Me personally, I would love to be able to ride transition and bowls, as well as be able to create basic lines throughout the skate park. You might want to spend your time learning to monster walk, or do freestyle tricks, or maybe skate gaps and chuck stair sets. Whatever it is, you now should be in shape and comfortable enough on your board to start learning and developing a strong foundation in skateboarding. I hope this guide gives you the motivation to get back into shape for skateboarding. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear if this guide helped you and your stories. Let's go skateboarding, Canada!